Welcome, everybody. My name is Susan Warthman. I'm the medical librarian at the Brigham, and I'm basically just going to show you quickly how to navigate to our virtual library resources. So I generally tell people to go to pikenotes.org, which is the Brigham intranet, and to click on the tool at the top called Staff Resources. So you can scroll all the way down, and on the left, you can see the medical library link. Or I like to tell nurses and folks that under clinical links at the very bottom, the medical library link is here, as is nursing policies and the partner's handbook. So the partner's handbook is resources that are partners wide, but the resources here at the Brigham are, some of them, most of them are proprietary. So that means that when you are remote, you want to go down here and you log on with your single sign-on for the Brigham. And there's a video here to view the different screens that you might see if you encounter problems. So basically you want to find the Brigham, log on with your credentials, and then it'll redirect you. Open Athens redirects you to our resources. If you're at another location, such as Mass General, you're not going to be able to get to our resources because they use a proxy server. Everything's IP authenticated. So this is our homepage, and our tabs are on the right. It's a really cumbersome content management system, but the basic tabs that you probably would be using are either you could use the article request form if you need to order an article. You could use the Ask a Librarian form if you need to have me answer a question. The database tab is where you'll find all the databases in the middle here. On the right, there are other databases. These are just different access points. So you'll find that, Micromedics is on the right, but it's also in the middle here under databases. I have a link to the Massachusetts library system, another little message about remote access, and then a link to the partners research information science and computing, probably MGB/partners now. So if you need a specific software for statistical purposes or for citation tools or something departmental wide, perhaps REDCap, you can always click on that link and it will bring you to that page. And you can see all the different IT services, absence services, support and training, so on and so forth. So that's all located on our database tab. The classes and trainings tab is where I list my classes. So for instance, I have an hour class for PubMed on January 31st. And a basic library overview, which is this, basically a little longer in more depth. CINAHL is EBSCO databases. It's the cumulative index for nursing and allied health literature. And that's, I call it CINAHL, but you'll find it under the EBSCO databases. And these knowledge bursts are really short. So I'm keeping an eye on the time, but I do like to point out the handouts that I've created and the videos. So 1, 2, 3, the first 4 videos under tutorials are short videos that I made using the Camtasia software and the Mac that we have in the BEI. So it used to be the medical library, but now it's called the Brigham Education Institute and the Knowledge Center. So when you go to our homepage, you'll see it's the Brigham Education Institute Medical Library Services is what I offer. So I'm going over a few of the tabs on the right. I mentioned the database tab. I mentioned the first couple here. And then the e-resources tab is our discovery tool. So, in the olden days, they used to have card catalogs, but now they have discovery tools that link you to information. So you can use the Discover box. I'll just type in some terms. Behavior and social determinants. of health. So you can use the Discover box, which is like one-stop shopping. And then you can use the filters on the left and peruse your results. And usually when you see this BWH Medical Library icon, that usually means that there is indeed a link to the full text. Sometimes it will take you to the PDF. Sometimes it'll take you to the publisher's website. In this case, it's taking us directly to Elsevier's Clinical Key, which is one of our databases that we get. Because I'm on the VPN, it's doing something weird, saying that Dana-Farber does not have access to this. So we will disregard this example. But you can see View Complete Issue in Browsing. That software is on the eJournals tab. And so Browsing is the software where you, because we're not a print library anymore, we don't have print, basically you can browse or peruse an issue of this particular journal one by one. You can read all the articles, you can download the PDF, link to the article. Again, that would probably be HTML on the publisher's website. You could save your article. You could export it to your citation tool, or you could share it with a colleague. And you always go back to the home screen by just clicking on the breadcrumb at the top. And I have a short knowledge burst on how to use this, because you can create a bookshelf once you sign an account, and once you log in, you can create a bookshelf, and then you can download the software to your mobile device. And it basically keeps you on top of all the newly published articles that you haven't read. So it's a great little tool, and that's another Knowledge Burst series. But back to our discovery tool. So this is, again, one-stop shop. I'm going to use these breadcrumbs and go click on Home. Because what I often get are questions, do you have this book? Do you have this journal? So this is where I use this Library e-resources box in the middle. So you can use it by letter. You can click on the journal and either type in the journal or the ISSN. And basically it's going to search like any other search engine. So it's going to pull up all the titles that have JAMA in them. And then you scroll through your results to peruse or look at the one that you are really interested in. So the Journal of the American Medical Association is really the one I want to look at. But rather than click on that title, I want to click on the access points underneath where it says access information. And we get this through Ovid. So this is something that you're going to have to navigate through to find what you want. But if you have a specific article in mind and you know what you need, I advocate that you go back to our database tab, click on PubMed, and now I'm going to click on the advanced tab because I've been using this all day. So I'm going to just click on, if you know the PMID of what you want, you would just pop it in the search box. Or if you know the title of the article, you pop it in the search box. And when you find it, you click on our links. So you click on the BWH Medical Library link. If we do not have the full text, you'll get a screen like this. And in this second box, it says, please click here to request this item via Interlibrary Loan. That's me. Basically, it pre-populates the information for the article. And all I need is your first and last name and your email. I don't need any other information. And then you hit submit at the bottom, and I will get it, and I will get the article for you. Because I have Harvard credentials, because I'm the librarian, I can also click on the Harvard ID. And if you're a physician or a Harvard student and you have a Harvard Key account, you can also click on that link it takes you to the Harvard Library. And this is how I get some of the articles that I need for folks as well. This is something I retrieved for someone this morning, actually. So then I would just basically download it here. I copy and paste the title, I download it, I save it to my desktop, and then I send it to you. And if we don't have it and Harvard doesn't have it, then I order it through a software called DocLine. And I have all these bookmarked and saved in my Google browser, quickly telling you that, you know, here is where I have Countway, PubMed, Pike Notes, DocLine, the things I use all the time. If I want to go to the BEI website, I have that bookmarked. Again, as I mentioned, I'm part of the BEI, and my classes are listed on their calendar of events, as well as many, many other things that we offer. And you can peruse this at your leisure. We have lots of other things here. The other thing I like to mention is if you don't go on the BEI calendar of events, you can always go on the Pike Notes calendar of events on their homepage. So the calendar is listed here under the photo of the week. And when you click on the calendar, you can see what's offered either day by day, or when you click on the next month, you can see everything that's offered next month. And this is hospital-wide. So you might be more interested in going here because the Brigham Research Institute has classes, all kinds of folks offer classes. That's here. When you scroll down, you can see there's quick access points to databases here on the bottom. And then I did mention that the e-journals tab is our software called Browsine, where you can browse periodicals at your leisure. So you can, again, use the subject box, or you can hone in, focus in on what you're really interested in by specialty area. And then if you're a hand surgeon, you can go look at the hand journals, and then you can go right into the journal and browse or peruse the articles as you will. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again in one of my other classes.